right, everyone, this is Tim of the Online Big Blue. We'll bring you the best of New York Giants sports talk and entertainment. Have my coffee out. Wasn't going to do a video today because I'm probably going to end up doing a live stream tomorrow and then a video after the game. So I was going to take the day off, but I just wanted to talk about a couple things. I want to talk also, thank Tim Sports for having me on his Washington football channel. That was a lot of fun last night. I'll post a link to his page in the comments section below. Had a good time talking Giants, talking Washington. All right, a couple things. I love it because I gotta stay off Twitter. I really do. Joe Judge did not give away the game plan against the Washington football team. He didn't give away the game plan to tell them what the Giants are going to do. Oh my God. I see this on Twitter like Joe Judge, he gave away the game plan now. Listen, I'm not a Joe Judge fan. I mean, and I'm not a Joe Judge hater. I'm not a Joe Judge apologist. I've said it before. I'm a Joe Judge realist. But from what he said yesterday, we're going to run the ball? Almost every single offensive game plan is predicated by setting up the run. And everyone knows you got to attack that front seven. I mean, it's oh my God. Twitter, man. How do you get Twitter off your phone? And how do you get it off your computer? Because for Giant fans to sit there and think Joe Judge just gave away what we're doing against Washington. Oh my God. Oh, woo-saw. That's what I need to do. That's what I just need to woo-saw there for a minute. I also want to talk about something else I saw on Twitter, and it's Caden Smith. Best blocking ranking. He needs to get more playing time. He played 48% of the snaps. It's not like he played 70, 80% of the snaps. He played under 50% of the snaps. And how many of those situations were actual full blocking situations? Oh my God. I want to talk about how this game for the Giants could be the get-right game. And it's a get-right game in two regards. I said we got to get over what happened against Denver. We got to focus on what's going on here. The Washington game is a game that I think that we need to think about and we need to address a little bit. I think Washington had, of course, I think the score was not indicative of how Washington actually played. I think they played a little worse than the score dictated against the Chargers. Chargers are a good team. And I think they're thinking about this being a get-right game as well for their team because of the fact that nobody wants to start the season 0-2, and you also don't want to start the season with a loss to a divisional opponent. But the Giants, the last couple of years, have had had the Washington football team's number. Plain and simple. It's just one of those things. It's just one of those weird quasi things that happens in sports. But the problem is you have to watch that the pendulum does not shift the other way because that has a tendency to happen too. We dominated the Eagles for years, and then all of a sudden we couldn't beat them, and we always lost on some stupid fluke play. So you have to be careful with this. And we are 4.5-point dogs going into DC. But I think that with the situation that Washington has right now with I've said this a couple hundred times. To me, the Washington team mirrors our team. Good to potentially really good defense, suspect offense. But the problem is we have more weapons on our offense. You got Terry McLaurin and all that, but we have more weapons. We have more. We could have more impact players. Because when you have the likes of, Kenny G, Sterling Shepard, Darius Slayton, and I'm not going to say Tony because people got to give Tony a rest. But you have those three, and hopefully Evan Ingram. Now, Evan Ingram did not practice again on Tuesday. We're still not sure. Whoa, I don't know what happened there. We're still not sure what his status is or what his status is going to be for Thursday, so we really can't tell. Saquon Barkley was also limited to practice yesterday as well. But we have more offensive capability than Washington does. So if you look at this logistically on paper, the Giants defense should be able to control the Washington's offense. They should be able to keep Mr. Heineken, because I call him Heineken. We should be able to sack Heineken a couple times, maybe a 6-pack, hopefully maybe a 12-pack. And Heine has never finished a game. He's never really gone very far through an entire game. So Lord knows who we might see Pat Shurmur's son, Kyle Shurmur, come in and play. But if you look at it from a logistical standpoint on paper, we should be able to stop their offense. Now, while Washington's defense, especially that front five, can be spectacular, they were controlled last week by the Chargers. Now, will the Giants' offensive line be able to do the same thing that the Chargers did? We don't know. We're gonna have to wait. We're gonna have to wait and see because it's only been week 1. So maybe our line is finally starting to maturate. We don't know. But even if we are limited to a point by the Washington defense, we should still have the capability to put up at least 17 points. We should. I mean, I always think that any offense in the NFL, no matter how bad your quarterback play is, should still be able to put up 17 points. So if the Giant defense can eliminate the big plays from the Washington offense and hold them to 9 points, there's no reason why we could not beat this team 17-19 at home. Now, and I think that's where all this is going to kind of fall into place. I don't think the Giants defense was as bad it was bad last week because we couldn't get off the field on third down. When you can't get off the field on third down, that's bad. But when the opposing team is 3 for 3 on fourth down, that's even worse. And the third down bugaboo has come over the Giants since last year. This is not something new. We gave up a lot of for as well as the Giants defense played last year, we gave up a lot of long, sustained 12, 13-minute drives last year. So this is not something new. But I think with the emergence of Xavier McKinney, I think Xavier McKinney is going to play a big role in this game. I think Peppers needs to get more involved. I think Adoree Jackson I hope Adoree Jackson is going to play better. James Bradbury showed some inconsistencies last week, so you hope he kind of gets that out of his system. We still need to figure out a way to generate a rush from the outside because right now the outside rush is a joke. I mean, they could probably just use a tackle and not bring in a tight end or a running back or a fullback to chip anybody because I don't think our outside guys can get to anybody. But if we can bring that pressure in the middle from Dexter Lawrence and Leonard Williams, I think that's going to help us be more successful. But I think this could be a quick turnaround game, which of course it is because you're going from a Sunday night to a Thursday night game. But I think this could be a quick turnaround game in regards to turning around some of the Giants' fortunes by winning this game. And it's going to be a very simple game plan. That's why I laugh that people are like, Joe Judge is giving it away. No, you hold on to the ball. You work the clock, and you play good defense. And you hope for 3 or 4 big plays because the Washington offense isn't going to give up a lot of big plays, but you hope you can get 2 or 3 big plays out of it. And you think that the Giant defense should be able to handle and maintain what the Washington offense has to give us. And don't worry, guys. Joe Judge is not giving a game plan away. Most NFL offenses are predicated on setting up the run. We'll be curious to see what Saquon Barkley has to do. We'll be curious to see how that's going to turn around. We'll do a lot of people have asked me if I'm going to do the stream on the Chalk Talk stream. Yeah, we'll probably do it at 6:30 to 7:30. Haven't decided yet, but I will post that. I'll post that sooner than later. Of course, we will have more of a prediction video and a breakdown video tomorrow. But again, this is Tim Law Online Big Blue. We're bringing you the best in New York Giant sports talk and entertainment. And as always, if you could please subscribe. Ring that belly thing that means that'd be awesome.